Look at the clothes you are wearing today. They are really simple things that do some really simple jobs, like keeping us warm and dry, or making us look trendy and fashionable, or just making sure we protect our modesty. But just because these garments are simple, does it mean they are easy to make? Have you ever thought about how your clothes are made and where they have come from? Those jeans you wear every day, or your favorite t-shirt, or even those old socks at the back of your drawer. Your clothes have come from complex supply chains. And in these factories and mills and farms, there are millions of workers with all sorts of different skills, know-how, and expertise. So how easy is it to make a cotton t-shirt? Do you have the skills needed to make your own t-shirt? First, we have to prepare the land by plowing, tilling, and then leveling the fields. After that, we can plant the cotton seeds.
We have to fertilize the land to help the plant grow. Then we have to spray the proper medicines for the crop. And after a few weeks, we have to weed the land. We also have to fertilize the land and spray more plant medicines again and again to stop aphids, leafworms, and bollworms eating the plant. If the rains come, the plant will grow well. If it doesn't rain, the plant will become sick and we have to buy more medicines and spray the plants again and again to help the plant grow. Month on month, we keep caring for the plants. We have to keep working in the fields for 6 months before the cotton is ready for harvest.
Once the ball breaks, we can harvest the cotton and send it for ginning. If the cotton is clean, without any insects, leaves or dirt, and it is in good condition, we can sell it for a good price. After harvesting, we will cut down all the bush and clean the land and prepare it for growing other crops like tomato, corn, yard-long bean, black lentil, mung bean. In this way, we are carrying the legacy of farming from our ancestors for generations to come. Here we do something called roller grading. The roller removes leaves and dirt from the cotton. This clean cotton is then hand graded by skilled workers who sort the cotton fibers into different qualities. To be a good hand grader, you need lots of experience. Some of these people have been doing this job for 20 or 30 years or more.
This type of hand grading is something special for this part of the world. Only in these villages is this type of grading done. The graders make sure the right quality of cotton is used for the yarns and fabric that go into the finished garment. The farmers and the graders make the quality of modern clothes. This cotton is called Suvin variety and is the king of cotton types. This cotton is being exported to Japan, where it is made into fabric, which will be sold for prices 3 times higher than normal cotton because it is Suvin and has been hand graded. I am in my office by 6:55 am to check which yarns we need to spin and make sure the machines and the cotton drums are ready for the workers to start the carding, combing, and spinning processes. I have to check all the carding machines, which are the start of the spinning process. I have to make sure that there aren't any problems with the machines because any problems here will affect the quality of the yarn, the fabric, and the final garment. I started as a laborer, sweeping the floors and keeping the mill tidy, but over time I learned new skills and now I look after carding and manage the shift. I did my degree in statistics, which is important for managing the production quality. These machines are really big and spin at very high speeds, so I must check on the safety of the machines. I also have to make sure the women do not wear bangles and have their hair tied up and under their caps so they don't get injured.
To make good quality fabric, there are so many things to learn. There are many different machines we need for knitting and for dye. There are so many different processes which are all linked to each other.
I completed my chemistry degree in Namakkal. I need the degree to help me manage the dyeing process and make sure we get the right colors.
I first joined the factory as a laborer, but after 2 to 3 months, bit by bit, I started to learn how to run the machines. Then the foreman gave me my own machine, which I have been operating ever since. We have to ensure that there are no quality defects or mistakes when we knit fabric and when we dye it. If there are any problems, we have to mend it before we can send it to the garment factory. Otherwise, garments will be made with faults in them. I have completed a Bachelor of Engineering in Electrical Engineering. I have to make sure the quality of the fabric is good enough for the next step, which is pattern cutting. It has taken 4 years of training to understand how to make good quality fabrics. I love to do this work, so I always like to give my best. That's what makes me feel happy.
I enjoy tailoring. It's an interesting job, and I like to do quality work. Right now, I am stitching t-shirts. I sew the rib and the sleeves onto the garment. I have to work quickly, and I can sew about 50 garments in an hour. I stitch the t-shirt bodies together. I can make about 1,000 t-shirts a day. I check the quality of the t-shirts before the next process. I can check up to 500 or 600 during my 8-hour shift, making sure there are no faults. We begin at 8:30 in the morning and finish off at 5:30 p.m. I check and pack the finished t-shirts. I can pack 120 garments in 1 hour.
Quality is really important. We have to check everything. The color and fabric weight is checked before it goes for cutting. We mark out the panels and check them before cutting. Once it is cut, it goes for checking again, and then it goes for printing, and the printing quality is checked. It goes for stitching, and again it is checked to make sure the seams are good. If it meets the standards, it goes for ironing, and then is packed. Once this is done, the final quality check is done. It is then packed in the boxes ready for the container and shipping to the customer. We may think making clothes is a low-tech industry, where the majority of the work is unskilled and is done by poorly paid and even uneducated workers. But this stereotype doesn't reflect the diversity of skills needed by workers to grow the cotton and turn the fibers into the clothes you wear. To run giant knitting machines or complex dyeing vessels, workers need to understand engineering and chemistry. To make hundreds of garments per hour using high-speed sewing machines requires amazing dexterity and an eye for quality. Knowing how to grow the best cotton needs farmers who blend knowledge handed down over generations with the latest agricultural science. Other workers have to be strong enough to plow the cotton fields or move heavy loads around the factories. And someone needs to iron your clothes perfectly so they look great when you see them in your local store. Every piece of clothing in our wardrobes has come from hundreds of workers who have honed their skills through years of education, training, and practice. These workers have so many different skills and so many stories to tell us about the making of our clothes. Wouldn't it be great to learn more about the workers' stories and the journey your clothes have taken? Cotton, Hidden Stories.